Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Time with Coach Josh Smalls. You know how we do this every morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's beautiful because you are here, I am here, we are here together living in this moment. And that for me is beauty enough. That's enough. That's enough. We can start there and the day can be fantastic as long as we start within that moment, right? And so I was just thinking, right? I got my coffee. I use my French. I don't know if you're familiar with the French press, right? This right here does wonders for your coffee. If you don't have one of those, get one. I have one, two, three, four coffee makers, and you have the French one. I have a Keurig, and I have two Mr. Coffees that are up there. And there's no way I'm going to be without my coffee. Let me just say that first. But here's what I want to argue about. Here's what I want to rant about. I remember when Chessman cookies used to be 3 rows of cookies in that box, in that little bag. You know what I'm talking about? The Chessman cookies? It used to be 3 rows, 3 of them, 3 rows, not two, three, 1, 2, 3. These cookies right here. First of all, they made the cookies much smaller. They used to be bigger than that, right? And then they got this little Christmas decoration thing on it, holiday thing. And I mean, I'm not mad at that. That's cool. But they don't taste exactly the same as they used to. They're a little thinner and they're a little smaller. And I'm thinking to myself, if they've made the cookie smaller, shouldn't it continue to be 3 rows? Now, unless I'm tripping or unless I'm just really old, but there used to be 3 rows of those cookies. 1, 2, 3. And now all of a sudden it's only two. And so I think they're cheating us. They jacked the price up and they're cheating us. Brown Goddess is in the building and Darkman Blues is in the building. Um, Majo is in the building. Yes, yes, yes. Scent is in the building. What's good? But tell me, am I tripping? Is that not how this works? Like it used to be 3 rows of those cookies, or am I bugging? Because I remember. So okay, I'll tell you what I used to do. So when my mom bought those cookies, my mom is the type of parent. Listen, you ask me for what you want. Don't just go get it because she might have plans for it. I get that. You know what I mean? It was a lot of us. It was 8 of us, and then my mom, and I get it. So she don't want you eating up everything, but at the same time, you can have what you want. Just let me know in case I have plans that for whatever that is, right? So what I used to do, I used to sneak inside, and I'll take the first row out, and I take a cookie from the second row and eat it, and put the first row back in. So voila, it looks like I didn't eat it. It looks like I didn't eat it. But I can't do that now because it's only 2 rows. So I feel like I've been cheated, and I don't think that's fair. I think that somebody owes me an explanation. That's just how I feel about it. And if you don't like it, write to your congressman or congresswoman. I don't care. That's just how I feel about it. I just don't think that's fair. Like you're getting more money now, and you're not even giving me what I paid for. So where's my stuff? And then potato chips. Okay, so growing up, I was the nacho cheese potato chip guy. Nacho cheese was my favorite. Any kind of nacho cheese potato chips, I'm there for. Now, 3 things I would have: nacho cheese potato chips, peppermint balls, the big peppermint balls, and sunflower seeds. Because I love sunflower seeds. And for some reason, if you got a peppermint ball in your mouth and you're eating sunflower seeds, that combination was like really good for me, right? And so, but nacho cheese was my favorite, one of my favorite kind of potato chips. I used to love nacho cheese. I didn't do plain, I didn't do ranch. Barbecue was okay, but nothing like nacho cheese. Illusion, what's good? Juicy, what's good? But what happened was, and I used to always get them, and now it seems like the bag is not even halfway full when you buy chips. Am I tripping? Sunflower seeds and dill pickles for me. Got you. And so I used to like to eat pickles all the time. But I've heard that eating bitter foods is actually supposed to be good for you, if I'm not mistaken. So, and if anybody knows about that, please make a comment about that. Um, they sell us a bag of air, right, Brown Goddess? Like your chips are not even halfway full. The bag says family size bag, and I can eat it all by myself. So either I'm a glutton or I've been cheated. It's just one of the two. Like there's no medium between that. I think they've been cheating us. Salami and cream cheese. Okay, Juicy. I don't know what in a non-black thing you got going on. Salami and cream cheese. I'm not seeing where we're going with this. I'm not quite getting that one. That is, yeah. Do I like bitter chocolates? Not really. I don't like bitter chocolate. I don't like bitter much anyway. I like sweet stuff. I like to be sweet stuff. You're not tripping, John. For and right. Listen, the chips are always halfway. That's right, Juicy. That was really nasty. I don't know where you got that from. I don't think I could ever try salami and sour cream. I don't get that. Now I do like sour cream with my peaches. Salmon bagels with cream cheese. Yes. Okay, I can do that. Now I've had that. I love and so in New York City, especially in Brooklyn. Well, I'm not gonna say just in Brooklyn, but we grew up around. It's a lot of Jews. In fact, the ghetto was the place where Jews lived first, and then they moved out, and as black people moved in, and yada yada yada. You know how the rest goes. But now they're moving back again, right? But for some reason, like bagels and delis was the thing. So you would go to the deli in the morning, or the corner store would have their own deli in the morning, and you would get a fresh bagel. Um, and if you're from Brooklyn, Sunnydale Bagels was the listen. If you're from Brooklyn, I don't know about any other borough. I'm just saying in Brooklyn because Sunnydale's had their own shop, their own market, supermarket. Y'all call it whatever here we call it supermarket, but they had their own supermarket, and we used to go there in the morning. Sunnydale had the best juice, right? Pina colada and the iced tea was to die for. But you would get the Sunnydale bagel, and you with your bagel, you don't need much. You can have a bagel and cream cheese. You can have a toasted bagel with butter and your tea in the morning. Because when I was younger, I didn't drink coffee. And I started drinking coffee till I got older. But man, that was it. And you would definitely love a bagel. And so we grew up with that stuff. So bagels was like the thing to have in New York City. You see people just walking down the street eating bagels and hot coffee or hot tea on the way to work, on the way to school, all that stuff. This is when we had penny candy stores and stuff like that. Now I know in New York, y'all called it in down south, y'all called it the candy lady. I think that's what they called it in the South. It's just called the candy lady. In New York was the penny candy store. And I used to love to go in there and get cookies for a penny. Like, man, I would get some of the most, oh gosh, the chocolate chip, the windmill, the lemon. You just get it mixed. And the funny thing is, the penny candy person, I don't think ever used like nothing. I think they just picked it up with their hands and, and put it in a bag. I don't think they ever took the cookies and grabbed it with nothing. I don't even think they had a plastic glove in their hand. They just grabbed it, counted it, put it in a bag. And I used to love to go to school with a bag full. Almond windmills, listen, and them planks. Listen, Brown Goddess just saved the day, y'all. If you have not had an almond windmill, you have not lived. You know nothing about penny candy, not windmill too for a penny cookie. AJ, that's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, if you've had those things, you know magic, man. Like nothing tastes like that. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I woke up this morning. AJ's in the building, y'all. He's on my YouTube right now. We got a show tonight, 10 times now. And I'm hoping that y'all come back for that today. AJ and I'll give AJ some time, and if he wants to come on, we'll bring AJ on today. Because I love the conversations that we share. AJ is one of my favorites, man, and the brother is just so deep. Anytime he's on, the show goes to a whole nother level. So if he's coming on today, I'll send him a link if he's coming on earlier. But we definitely coming to y'all tonight, and I'm gonna give y'all what we came for. I sold him at school for a nickel. Wow, AJ, you was getting it. Listen, I woke up this morning. AJ, this is what I want to tell y'all. Tiffany in the building. AJ says something that's so phenomenal that he says to people when he greets them on the show. And he says, "How did you mourn?" And when he first said it, I didn't understand it until he explained how he mourned. And he would say things like, my fingers are working, my feet felt good against the floor. I was able to keep my balance. All of those things that we take for granted. And I think the way he said that was such an amazing thing. And I'm trying to adopt that and introduce other people to it and ask them, how did you mourn and stuff like that. And so my morning, I woke up, there was the TV was still on. I was watching, what was the show? The Bruce Lee story. And right after that, I came downstairs and I got my coffee together, grabbed my creamer. I tried to decide whether I was going to use the Keurig or use um, my French coffee maker. And then I realized I didn't have any more Q cups, so I had to get some more cups, K cups. So I had to use my French coffee maker, French press, which was great for me. And then I turned on some old school R&B, and I was listening to what's your girl, Lauryn Hill. I listened to what's your man? I even went back to what's your boy? With Your Permission. Y'all know the song. Y'all know that, when you play With Your Permission on, I don't care who you are in love with, you think about them instantly, or who you are infatuated with, or who you just want to spend the night with. You automatically With Your Permission. Every time that come on, you jump right to it. You want somebody in that moment. And so I miss old school music. I'm not gonna lie. I miss the old school way of singing, the ballads, how the songs had such substance. Oh my gosh. I just opened this up. Oh my gosh. So in life, right? I can't share this just yet, but I will. I promise I will. In life, you plan. Rose is thing. Thanks, Tiffany. This is why I needed you. This is why I needed you. In life, send us. I'll walk the dog and come on. Okay, AJ, I'm gonna send it to you now. I'm sending it to you now. I'm sending it to IG because I'm on here and I don't want to get lost. Um, in life, you go through things, right? And you plan and you see things and you dream about things and you want to see fantastic things happen in your life, right? Nobody plans to fail, right? Nobody plans to just um, see their lives just fall to pieces. Nobody plans for that. And so you plan for good things. You plan for great things to happen in your life. And some things happen that are great that you had no idea was going to happen. You had no plan for it, no idea, no recollection of how you manifested this thing, right? Because I do believe you manifest things. And here's a prime example of that with this email. You put in your mind the ideas that you have. And sometimes those ideas aren't as clear until you see them come to life. And you say, okay, now I remember how I planned or how I set forth for this to happen. I have set for some amazing things to happen. And what I had to do was break my regular routine to make these things, to give room for these things to happen. And a lot of times we don't do that. We don't break from the norm, right? Or the regular things that happen in our lives. We let those regular things continue to go on, and we never get to receive those things that are open for us. But because we're stuck in that, Mike, what up, brother? And I had to break from what was familiar, right? And from the things that were telling me that this is where you need to be, this is where you should be, because you've made a promise, or you've made a decision to stay locked into these things. And I locked myself into some things that didn't allow me to grow. Now, it didn't totally stop my growth, but it made it a little more uphill for me. And what I had to do, what I had to learn, was that I had to break from that. And in the moments of breaking from that, you are going to learn, right? And I'm telling this from experience. I'm not telling this because this is something that I figured is the best thing to say, or it's going to make me feel good. No, this is from experience. I had to break the comfort zone. I had to break free of what was comfortable for me, because had I not done that, I would not have opened the door for the greater things to happen, things that I had already prepared for or was already prepared for. And so you saw I don't know if you saw my face, I'm sure my face lit up, but I've watched how I've planned things to happen in my life. And some of those plans didn't happen. Some of those things just did not open up for me. And so I had to figure out, why is it still holding me back? Why am I still unable to move forward within the plan that I've set for myself? And then I had to sever some situations, some relationships, some personal personal things that I had decided to lock myself into. I had to sever some of those things. And in the moments of severing those things, instantly doors began to open. Instantly. I promise you, the everything that I planned, I would love to say had happened, right? That's not the case. However, there's so many things that had happened that had come into because I opened up the doors for that by shutting some doors. You have to learn within yourself, how do you sever these things that are stopping you? How do you cut ties with things that are holding you back from your greatness? Right? I had to learn it. I had to go through it. I had to revisit a lot of things that I might have wanted in the moment, but were really not good for me long term. And that's some of the things that we don't do. That email that I just read right then and there, that I cannot wait to get back to, that email in itself says to me, the severing of ties is not a death sentence, but it is a life sentence, because you begin to enjoy what life really is the moment you allow yourself to live outside of what was a comfort zone, but keeping you back from your greatness. You got to decide what your greatness is. How do you move forward within your greatness? How do you make great this day? Because you don't know what tomorrow holds. So how do you make this day great? And a lot of that comes with doing simple things, is like, and it may, I'm not saying simple as in easy things, but simple things as redirecting, right? And once you shift to that point, and how do you, if you keep on Avenue D, you're never going to get to Avenue C, because you're stuck on Avenue D. And Avenue C may be the come up. Reason why you see it may be the come up, but you're on D and you're dying on D because you refuse to see the effort on E or the come up from C. And that means that you have to redirect from the avenues that you're on. And we don't do that. We don't do it enough. We do it when we're at the end, when we don't have no other choice. But you had already put yourself so far inside of what you need to come out of that it seems like a longer and harder struggle. I've done it. I've done it. But I jumped my ass off of Avenue D, because Avenue D means that that's where I'm at and that's where I want to be. Are you comfortable there? Right. And if you're comfortable there and that's all for you, then fine. You've made it. You have reached the epitome of whatever you want that to be for you. But for me, that wasn't it. And I was doing things, and even though I was writing things down, I didn't realize all the things that I was doing. But it wasn't until I jumped outside of that normal and regular situation I was able to see that there's so much more greatness on the way. I just had to get out of my own way and move the things that were determined. You know, when you walk, even when you're driving, right? Kendra, good morning. Even when you're driving down the road, sometimes you get on the highway and you see all this traffic is there, and you got a choice. You can either sit in that traffic or you can create your own route, and take the streets to get to your destination. And if you don't know your destination, then maybe you have to sit in that traffic. For me, I don't want to sit in traffic. And not that everything is so urgent, but a lot of times things are urgent, and my time is more valuable to me than sitting in traffic. And so I'm not sitting in traffic. I refuse. For me, I'm going to get outside of this traffic because there's so much waiting for me on the other side, and I want to get that. So I had to learn to remove some things, and it hurt. I've lost some things. I've lost a lot, right? But in the end result, having those things that I lost, that I had to sacrifice, having those things, does that make me greater or put me in a better position or give me a better direction or better centering than I have now? The answer is no. And so it was worth the sacrifice, even through the hurt, even through the sense of loss, even through that, it did not lessen what my movement should have been, or what my person, or what my career should be. And I've gained so much in my career after that, after severing so much. And I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to lock into what that means, right? Because there's a message in there. I so wish I can share that right now, but I can't. But I will say that I just received a contract. Okay. I just received a contract, that one that I've been waiting for, right? One that I have been waiting for. one that I'm allowed to put attached to my person now. And I can say more than just I know somebody who has obtained such a contract. I can now say that I myself have obtained such a contract. I've earned it, right? I've earned it, whatever it is, which I can't tell y'all yet, but I can't wait. I can't wait. But you all that's on here, remember this day, on this day, what's today's day? What's today's day? Today's Thursday, December 17th. You remember that on this day, I received the contract that I've been waiting for. And it's to know that what I've done to earn such a thing is what has gotten me here. That the Creator saw fit for me to be in a position, right? That the energy, the universe, the God, whatever it is that you believe in, saw fit for me to have this position. I'm excited about that. I'm very excited. I'm gonna sip some coffee for that. And cheers and all of that good stuff. I'm very excited, y'all. Thank you, Sam. I'm very excited. I want to see my people grow and be successful. And in that, what that means is that if I can be an example, if I can be inspiration, if I can be a tour guide, if you would, right? Whatever I can be to help somebody succeed, I would love to see that. I would love to be that. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you, Brown Goddess. Thank you, Sam. There's nothing better than seeing somebody you know succeed. Nothing better. I remember getting into when I first got into this poetry world, and I used to see award-winning poets and other poets who haven't really done the work, and not trying to equal my work to theirs because everybody has their own journey and own trial, right? But seeing what they were doing, thank you, Juicy, and seeing what they were getting awards for and being mentioned for, and saying to myself, they are not even within, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't even fit in that circle to receive such a thing. And some of the, I'll be honest with you, all of the awards that I received, except for certifications that I obtained, right? All the awards that I received, I didn't, first of all, didn't know there was an award for it. And so I could not have prepared for such an award. So I've received so many awards just doing what I do, and obtained some situations and positions because of my person in whatever it is that I'm doing. But I watched them get community service awards and done no community service. You know what I mean? I've seen them because they've won, you know, and I'm not knocking them for winning, right? Because you win, you win. I never entered slam poetry for the sake of me being a slam champion. In fact, I rarely slam. My team slams. I'm the coach. I don't ever have to slam. I'm bringing a team to represent us. It's my shirt. Respect to my slam. I am the slam coach. I don't slam. My team slams. And so I was never in it for the purpose of winning a slam per se, bring it back to the team because my team is doing such. And so I've watched poets win money and all these things, and they're this and that, winning, blah, blah, blah. And I never gotten into poetry for that. I've never traveled all the time because I want to win slam money and this and that. Has just not been my personal agenda. And I'm not knocking their agenda, but I got into this work for the work part of it. I got in this work to help people. In fact, my journey started being introduced into this work because someone saw me fit to go in and talk to children. And that's the truth. Someone saw me fit to go in and talk with children, and that's what got me to this point. That's what got me to achieving these goals and achieving these awards and being honored and recognized for so many things. And I'm very, very excited about that. Like how do you not get excited about that? How do you not get excited about just doing what you do and doing what you want to do? And then someone saying, you know what, you're doing a good job at that here. You're doing a great job at that here, right? How do you not honor those things? You know what I mean? Thanks, Mike. Let me go back and read some of these messages on here. AJ, what happened? You couldn't get on, brother? Um, you have to when there's stagnant clutter, nothing when there's stagnant clutter, nothing moves. Nothing moves. Gotta clear your room. Exactly, illusion. Exactly. Mike said he only thanking the ladies for saying congratulations. I'm hating. Mike, that is not true, brother. That is not true. That is not true. Appreciate you so much, Mike. You know that, bro. You know that, bro. Shauna, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I am. Mike said I'm still in bed. Who cooking breakfast? Look, I ain't in bed, but I would surely like to have some breakfast. I'm gonna get some breakfast after we get on here. It's not letting me join with the camera. It's on the mic. Oh man, I don't know what's up with that, AJ. But there's a greatness in clearing the clutter. Just right, illusion. There's a greatness in that. So I'm just happy. I don't want to spend all this time talking about me. Let's talk about y'all. Let's talk about you. What do y'all want to talk about today? I don't want to spend today on me. I'm going to celebrate me anyway. My brother AJ is in the building. Oh, it's about to be on and popping now. AJ's in here, and you know he's gonna come with it. And y'all know what's going on tonight. Tonight is going down 7 o'clock. We're gonna be here at 7 p.m. As soon as my brother is ready, I'm gonna bring him on his camera, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk because I'm excited today. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about how you moving in your life, how you moving in your world. And I want to just keep moving. I want to keep moving. My brother AJ is in the building. I'm gonna bring him on. IG, y'all know who AJ is, and if you don't, you're about to learn today. Let me bring my brother in the building. AJ,
What's up, man? How you doing
my
this
brother,
morning,
man. How you doing? First of all, thank you for getting up early in the morning and coming on this show with us.
man? Now I was listening, my dog started barking. I'm like, oh, I gotta go walk the dog first. So let me go
Yeah.
get this down.
So how's the weather out there? Because it's cold over here. You just walked the dog.
Well,
What?
it's probably about 50 degrees outside. It's
Okay.
7 in the morning, so it's 50. So
Okay.
it'd probably be just a midday, but it's not freezing. It's not that kind of thing. We haven't had rain. I think it rained one time this year.
Oh man, yeah, y'all need some rain now.
No, no, we don't need rain when it's cold. That turns into some other stuff.
Listen, I got to check on my people in New York because they got some snow coming in, and I don't know what that's looking
Yeah, yeah, I heard it's gonna be like 6 feet.
like. Listen, I'm not moving back to New York. I done told everybody. I'm not moving back to New York. They can have that. Juicy, I'm not asking that question, answering that question. That's for a late night show. Man,
Man,
I
yesterday, man, was hot, man.
listen, we was on that joint last night, and there was so much wisdom in that meeting. Mike, you don't even know what you started, brother. You don't even know what you started.
And,
Sound
and I
doctor, people to you. Good morning.
now I just wish that everybody would replay those moments in their minds because a lot of things, a lot of answers were there, although we couldn't hear them at the time because our mind was focused on what we wanted to say.
Right.
But answers were there.
They
So
were.
I just want everybody to settle down and say, "Oh, that is part of the the problem that I saw. There's an answer there somewhere."
There's an answer there somewhere. I think a lot of times that's the thing. We don't hush long enough, right? We always want to have something to say. And a lot of times you don't need to say anything. And they say we got two ears and one mouth for a reason. I think we keep forgetting that.
Well, I think we're so used to being rushed. So used to, okay, this is a 5 minute segment. This is a because news is 5 minute segment. Got to get it out. There's 2 minute segments. You got to get it out. So we think that it's our 2 minutes of fame or our 10 minutes of fame. So let me say everything I ever learned in school or everything I learned right now, even if it's not applicable.
Yeah. And I think you hit the nail on the head with that, brother. That's probably exactly it. That is probably exactly it.
Because everybody there, man, had so much. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel had some things to say. Massport was in there. So, but everybody else, I'm saying, E Baby. I
Hmm.
was really impressed with, I guess, the whole room. I'm saying the women that were there and the men that were there, and I think a lot of people need to go back and watch that, Mike. So you need to put it on your page, Mike. Say, hey, y'all, just check this out. Don't even tell them what it is. Just check it out.
Or upload it to YouTube. I'm sure there's a way.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yes, yeah, because that's what I'm doing now. Today I'm gonna try. I'm gonna practice my restream.
Okay,
this morning.
Good.
That's what I was getting at. Because I used it the other day and I saw it was logged on. I got 3 Facebook pages. Trying to log to Instagram, you got to send a link to Instagram to log into Instagram and YouTube. So I'm gonna try and get it to work. Read a couple of poems, see if I can make it work. Because I think this show that we're doing today, the 10 times now, I think it's so vital to now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's so much information that we need to go. Because yesterday I was writing down all the attorney generals that signed on to that Texas lawsuit for the Supreme Court, which tells me that 17 states think that they have all their colors in check, and it don't matter what they sign on to. So we got our colors down. I need Georgia, Wisconsin. I need Michigan. I need these other states. Pennsylvania. I need these states to get y'all colors in check. We're trying to kill 20 million votes of colors.
Right.
Because evidently we ain't black yet. We ain't black yet because they treat us like we still colored, like we don't matter, like we're not listening, like what they're doing doesn't affect us directly unless they say it affects us.
Right.
So,
right.
And I just want those people to understand that they're gerrymandering. You have gerrymandered districts in your states. That's why the senators always remain the same senators. So until you understand that we need to participate, and that's what I was saying yesterday, until we start participating and saying, hey, we need this change, because I think Ron Emanuel and President Obama and a couple other people have lawsuits in these states, and the states lost the case. They were demanded to, ungerrymander these districts, have a independent group come in and do it. But they kept appealing. They wanted to appeal before the election because they said, we need these people in now. We'll change it after we get these people in, which they may not.
Exactly.
But we don't see how they, postpone delays, postpone demands made by governments when they do wrong things. They can refile, and just like now they got in the Supreme Court they filed an appeal. And Supreme Court sent them one line, say no.
Yeah.
we are appealing your no.
Yeah. AJ, one of the things that I like to keep mentioning to our people, and if you're not black, I understand what I'm saying. The black population is the population that needs to have the most re-education, right? And so a lot of what we say has to pertain to that community, because we're the bottom of the totem pole, but we're the most people in the entire world, which makes absolutely no damn sense. But we allow people to tell us who, what, when, where, and why. And that's our biggest issue. But what I want people to understand is in the Constitution, they said this is a government here for white men. That's what's in there. That ain't nothing to do with me. That's in the damn Constitution. You had a president who actually stated that. But what they failed to realize is that Jewish people said that might be, but you were talking about a certain group of white people, because now we are a different group of white people. And now this is what we do. And it changed that. And what black people and poor people need to realize is that those same laws, this is why I tell people all the time, don't tell me your votes don't count and you ain't never voted. You can't say that. But those same laws apply to everybody here. I'm not worried about no damn new world order if we could get a whole black order in order. Because
really, no,
at the end
we could be the new world order.
We are the new world order. We just let a new way of thinking, because the new world order still goes into place with them putting people into place.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen until they put people into place, and they can't just put somebody there. There's still a process of that happening, and they just put people in place. So when the process happening, they move up in closer to what they want. The thing about it was they keep trying to tell us don't vote because our votes don't count. And because we don't vote, we never get to put that in position because it's a game of chess. You're damn right. And you better, that bishop is a bad mother. So is that damn knight. But a pawn can knock your ass off.
But the queen is still a queen.
Still a queen. And that's a poem in itself, right? But if we collect, okay, we got 60% of the votes with Obama, right?
Yeah, of us, just a mass of black people, 60%, and we were happy.
Imagine this. Imagine 60% in every state, at least 60% in every state, vote one person in. Now, damn it, we done messed up the board for somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody gonna have a whole nother job to work on. And then next time we got 70%, and then we up to 75, and then 85%. By the time we reach 90%, we don't have to ask for no black agenda. The black agenda is already in place. And that's what we got to do. We got to put people in place. Stop worrying about, oh, well, what's the agenda? Damn it, we get there. But we can't get no agenda if we ain't got nobody in place.
And we got to stop letting people tell us about our people. Absolutely. Because we let people tell us who Kamala is. We let people tell us who she is, and then we start repeating what they said. Mm-hmm. We let people tell us who Obama was, and then we start repeating what they said, because I've still heard a lot of people say that Obama didn't do nothing. He was in office, and it wasn't really a black president. It wasn't this. See, we keep forgetting that a desk is what makes the president. The laws are what gives him the ability to govern. We didn't change no laws. And see, that's why I keep saying that this ain't home. We haven't participated enough to change anything that we're demanding change to. We're so reactionary. 1 million of us get together and say, look, we won't change. But that's 4 days after voting. 1 million of us didn't get together and vote. But now we're together telling we won't change. But we didn't understand that 4 days before this is when we should have been 1 million of us getting together to vote. Because the main thing we don't understand is in Texas, when we had a runoff for senator, in Mississippi, when we had a runoff for senator in 2016, 2018, whichever one it was, maybe 18, had a runoff for senator. I'm out there passing out flyers, door knocking, talking to people, and I couldn't get blacks in Mississippi to participate. They voted like 37%. Blacks in Mississippi voted 30 in a runoff election. When a black man had the chance to be the first senator from Mississippi, probably since Reconstruction. Wow. Now listen, first senator since Reconstruction. No black woman has been a senator from Texas. I think there was one. But there's a lot of things that we're still making first. So if we're in 2020 and we're still doing first in this United States, that means we've never participated in 400 years and we're still doing first. That's like you're in elementary school and you finally get that blue ribbon on track. You say, get home, you say, look, I came in first place. Look. So the ribbon's on the fridge. You got one blue ribbon on the fridge, but you've been running every week.
You know what's a sad thing, bro? It's really not difficult. It's really not. There's work to be done, yes. There's hard work to be done, yes. But it only takes one act. Listen, I say all the time, if every black person register, first of all, they're gonna open their eyes and be, oh shit.
Oh no. Stacey Abrams proved that.
Yeah.
In Georgia. And
then if we all show up to the voting poll, here's what bothers me so much about black people now. Because some of us is lazy as hell and don't want to do shit. But you can do early voting and you're done in 15 minutes. You can put your weed, your liquor, and your dope down for 15 minutes, can't you?
Leave it in the car.
Get online.
Leave it in the car. Just leave it in the car and just go vote.
Go vote. Have somebody hold your places. Get your head, jump back. And so it's a simple. I promise this. If we all decide to vote, I want to see it happen local. I don't give a damn about. I don't care if you don't vote for the presidential vote no more if you vote every local. And the reason why I say that is that yes, the presidential election count, but it's the local one that makes the law. And we keep forgetting that part. And we keep forgetting that even when Obama was in office, he had shit coming from us to work with. We ain't gave him nothing to work with. I was hard on Obama. I was like, man, he need to. But we had to realize that we didn't give him nothing to work with, but a bunch of lip service. That shit don't mean nothing. We've been talking lip service, marching and getting ran over by horses and water hosed down and billy clubbed and shot. We've been lip service since then.
You know, I heard Mike Eric Dyson. I heard Al Sharpton. I heard a lot of the ministers. I heard all of them talk about Obama. But see, I met Mike Eric Dyson at a book signing when he did the book on Bill Cosby. So the Black Images in Dallas, they was biggest Black bookstore in the region probably. And Emma, the owner, would call me every time she had somebody big come. She'd say, AJ, I need you to come through. Because she knows I come through and I didn't care if anybody listened. I sit up there and do an hour worth of poetry in the crowd, and while everybody walk around, you just need that like the ambient music. She didn't want the ambient music. She wanted poets. So she bring a lot of poets in, but she wanted me to kind of end it up. So I do probably 35, 40 minutes just standing there. I said, look, y'all ain't got to pay no attention to me. This is what I do.
Right.
I said, but y'all go and buy some books because ain't enough books of his here. So buy a book before you leave the bookstore. Find a book if you don't buy his. So when he came in, I'm saying, I said, okay, he's here. I'm doing this last poem. He said, no, do a couple more. So I did a couple more. And he came over when he finished and he said, hey, why don't you come over and sit with me when I'm signing books? I told him that I said, I think you probably want somebody else to sit with you because I'm not buying your book. He said, what? I'm not buying your book. I said, I have a problem with Black men writing books about Black men when America already is against the Black man.
Come on.
So I can't pretend. I say, you're such a prolific brother. There's some other things we can write about. We don't have to write about Black men. Don't include them in your book because now we're giving them fodder or we're giving them wood for the fire to burn against us again. And I don't know how to process that in my mind. He said, okay. So I went to sit down with him, and there was so many people around the table and we were talking because I'm like, I don't know you.
Right.
You don't know me. So I respect you as who you are, who I know of you to be. But you don't know me, so you can't ask me just random questions thinking that you're going to get the usual answer that you get.
He's damn sure.
And he, every now and then, you know how your head turn like you're trying to let it seep in your ear, like, oh, that shit went in wrong. But man, it was a fire conversation. But I really have a problem with Black men that write books about Black men.
That beating us down. Right.
Yeah. Whether you're telling the truth or not, it don't matter. I'm saying just like when Martin, when they wrote a book about Martin, talking about Martin's speechwriter was gay and all this other stuff. He was a womanizer and all these other things. I'm like, cool. We want Ralph Abernathy made more money on the book than he did when he was marching with Martin.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
And it's like I don't know how they got us to what was it? Not Judas ourselves, but there was another. It's the same thing, how they got us to Judas ourselves in this process. Like, hey, you was with Martin. We can give you money to write a book. You was hanging with them. Why don't you write a book about them? Why don't you tell us the truth? Tell us the inside story. So we always want inside stories on us, but we don't want the inside story on the president. He's trying to find out about Hunter Biden's taxes, but he won't release his. See, I keep telling people, I say, you don't hear the difference. He's not releasing his. His been under whatever, evaluation for 6 years or whatever, but Hunter Biden turned in his, but now they're trying to reinvestigate some things. But he's still not overturning his thing. So if you want somebody to be the truth, you have to reveal your truth first. You can't come out here. I want Josh's truth. I want Mr. Witt's truth. And I want Brother Mike's truth. I said, what about yours? Oh, I'm gonna release mine in about 20 days.
You can't get
mine. Mine is under scrutiny. My truth is being rewritten. My truth is being rewritten right now. I'm rewriting my truth.
It's a horrible thing how even in that they don't understand that that's something taught through slavery. Why do you keep beating on the Black man? We got enough uphill battles. And then you're in a position where, and this has always been my thing, right? I'm never going to be too big to where I can have a conversation with the local people. A real conversation, not all of this, oh, I got to keep up my image shit. Damn the image. Your image should be what it is all the time. When you meet Josh Smalls, you meet the same Josh Smalls, whether I'm on the stage, on the mic, back door, in the church house, wherever you at, you're going to meet the same person. I don't have the time to try to create this image that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And to beat down a black man, like I said, whether it's telling the truth or not, what is the meaning of that? You know what? Another thing that bothered me, AJ, they hated Malcolm, all of them, even black people, until he had him and the Nation of Islam split. Then they loved him.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even want to talk about how radical Martin Luther King was before he let that Jewish guy come write his damn speeches. Let's talk about that shit. But they don't mention that. But oh yeah, he was a woman. So what? Did he womanize you?
No, but see, my thing is they don't want to say what he fought for or stood for. We want to put the blemishes on his background. Like, your background is not where you walk, and this is my foreground I want you to look at.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a travesty how we will say, oh yeah, I like him, but don't you remember when he was 12? Don't you remember when he was 16? You know, it's like because I tell everybody, I say, man, I can't believe he did that. I'm saying, think about you. I said, I got some shit in my past. If they dug it up, they'd have to dig deep to get that shit. But there's some shit in my past that don't nobody want to see. I say, I have never been this. I haven't always been this me.
Yeah.
I built this me from scratch. You know, it took me a while. You know, I found pieces of me when I was 18, and I put them on the leg, and pieces when I was 21, and I put them on my back. You know, so we built ourselves into the people that we need to be at this particular juncture.
Yes.
But everybody always want to tear us down to the person they remember us to be.
And you know what? Adding to that, I'm still finding pieces of me now. I found a new me this morning when I woke up because I wasn't the one from last night. Yeah. And so that's the thing, like you're saying, why does that have to matter in what I'm doing now? Why they killed?
Wait, say that one more time. Say that one more time. Say that thing at there.
With what I'm doing now. That damn Arnold Schwarzenegger racist ass let Tookie Williams die like that, be murdered in prison. Come on, every damn president should be in the electric chair. Every one of them. Every one of them. All the shit they let happen. They the ones that got coke. They know cocaine and heroin, all that shit being shipped in here. They know it. How you don't know? You know Osama bin Laden was doing over there, but you didn't know that your senator in these big states is letting crack cocaine coming from all these places, and opium. And y'all went over there to Afghanistan to steal all that opium. They took all that opium out of Afghanistan. They owning the shit now. And then you wonder why the drug companies is flourishing now. And everybody on narcotics. Nobody want to pay attention to that.
Does anybody remember the story of Ollie North?
Ollie North.
Ollie North. Colonel Ollie North.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were selling weapons and doing all this undercover stuff that the Senate and Congress said they couldn't do, so they're getting all this undercover money from Ollie North, and they decided who's going to take the blame. So Colonel Ollie North raised his hand, and no colonel in the United States in any force, no under their rank, has the ability to do all the things that were done.
Mm-hmm.
That they blamed on him.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a scapegoat, you can pin what's those sticky notes?
Yeah.
You can put all them sticky notes or whatever you want around him and say, we're gonna blame you for this too. Yeah. Okay, what about that? Y'all give it to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but you notice he was gone for a minute, then he came back, he was strong in the Republican Party. Because they just want you to take the blame, disappear, and they say, we got you.
Yeah. You know another thing go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. You got, that was the main point is how they will make their own people. They will Ollie North, you are what was the guy Trump just pardoned a minute ago that pleaded guilty twice, and then he said he was not guilty after you said I'm guilty twice, and turned state's evidence, and they just won't release the state's evidence that you turn, and and now you're a good guy all over again.
All over again. They just pulled it Richard Nixon all over the place again. But we ain't gonna say nothing for 25 years, and then we'll let you know after they're dead and gone. Another thing that black people don't realize is the Republican Party was built off of your black ass, and you don't even know that. We don't even know that. Black people weren't originally no Democrats. Oh, excuse me, Democrats. That wasn't our party.
but they're so proud of Abraham Lincoln, a Republican Party, that freed the slaves. You know, he was this great guy. He freed the slaves, and he freed all of us. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He let us go. He told us go get us some free, and didn't want to give us 100 acres and a mule. 40 acres, a mule, and $100. He said just go and get you some free. Go find your family. They out there somewhere. We ain't gonna give you no map. And then he had 600 slaves up in the North by himself.
Come on now, talk about that. That was probably the worst thing. That was probably the worst thing Obama said. That I was like, man, I wish he wouldn't have said that. I understood in hindsight what he meant by the bravery of him to say such a thing. But let's not forget, he said, I would keep the shit the same way if I could keep the country, the union together. Yeah. Let's not forget that part off,
But no, we just do sentences, not paragraphs. You going into a paragraph. We're not doing paragraphs of president that will mess you up every time. We're doing sentences of presidents. Just like the preamble say, we the people of the United States in order to form a perfect union. We're not going any further than that. We don't need you to know past that. We want you to remember we the people, although you're not part of the people that we are talking about.
Right. But we're just gonna put it out there.
Yeah. We want we want you to say it. Say we the people. You're not part of we, but I want you to say that in school.
And say it loud too. Sing it.
Yeah.
Get your Luther Vandross on when you sing it.
But it's just a shame that we've repeated so many things so consistently that even now we believe the lies we were taught. Because I had somebody yesterday, I said, okay, so next Thanksgiving, we just sent Happy Thanksgiving to everybody this year. Mm-hmm. But we already know the truth about Thanksgiving. We already know we wasn't no thanks and wasn't no giving in it. So, okay, so next year when November come around and that third Thursday approaching, are we going to say, hold up, let me tell you what really happened? Are we going to swallow the truth one more time and go eat some turkey somewhere?
Last year, Kwanzaa, I performed in front of over 300 people, Kwanzaa. And now there won't be no celebration like that. And I'm saying, now we're all sitting at home. You can't do shit anyway. Who's celebrating Kwanzaa? Forced, and we still ain't going to do the shit.
But check this out. I'm going to put this out there. What I was thinking, I woke up this morning. I woke up before your show started, long before your show started. I'm trying to write this poem in my head. The concept of the poem is Blacks Anonymous. Mm-hmm. The conversation me and Matt Ford had yesterday. Okay. And I'm thinking about how I used to go down. I'm from Dallas. I used to go down by South Dallas.
Okay.
My father would be hanging out on Friday nights in front of this liquor store on the street. Big street in front of the liquor store. They had a domino table. You could get some tires. You can get a mink coat, whatever you want. You can get a refrigerator, whatever you wanted. There was people that would get you whatever you want right there in that little spot. But all the black men there could get liquor on next week's check. Wow. He said, boy, go in there and give me a bottle of Naughty Head. I go in there and get them some Singles gin, bring it out, and they sitting there drinking, and they drinking playing dominoes. So I'm trying to figure out what is the reference of a 3 times a lady or twisting bitches or all these things you saying dominoes. So to me, Blacks Anonymous was these men that was part of this club because it couldn't be the only club.
Right.
But there were black men in clubs that could sit on the street, drink liquor, play dominoes on a Friday night in front of this liquor store, and no police was in the area.
Wow.
Police didn't even drive down there. Because I'm 12, I went down there and drove my daddy home because he was too drunk.
Oh, wow.
And I ain't got no license. I'm 12, I'm driving. And I just learned to drive the day before that. So it's not like I was doing the good. But I'm saying, but it's things like this that we don't understand how when we had our own community, when it was a black community, when we had a black barbershop and a black laundromat and a little black, 5 and dime store right down the street, how how together our community was and how the money recirculated and how families was, because Miss Johnson across the street would say, "Ain't you Jimmy J boy? You know your dad don't want you out here doing it. You better get on home."
Yeah. Yeah.
And we didn't ask because she can't text nobody.
No, she can't test
She
nobody.
can't go Instagram live nobody, but that shit gonna be on before you get there.
And you better hurry up and get there before she get there.
Now go home, take the trash out. Go home, take trash out, do some chores that ain't even your turn. Cause you say, "I'll be a good boy today, mom. I'll be a good boy today."
Oh man. You know, I was I'm gonna tell you what woke me up out of my sleep the first time. I couldn't sleep all night. I've been up and down all night. I was starting to write a poem that says money ain't gonna make you better. And I can't wait. It may be done for tonight, but I don't know yet. Maybe money can't fix you is what it is. I'm hoping I have some more done for the night because I know you're gonna like that one, AJ.
No, I like the one you read yesterday.
Oh, the one for my daughter. I
No,
wrote a poem
no.
last night.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of my. I love that poem.
because that was just things echoing after you finished that poem. It was just like reverberations of what you had said and shit that I was thinking in the poem. I'm like, I hate when y'all do that shit. Make me be writing poems in my head, and and I can't even write that shit because he just said
I'm gonna tell you, I need to practice on getting my ears tuned in with how your ears work. My ears ain't graduate to that level yet. I'm still down here, baby level.
it.
I need that sense of hearing, man. Because you hear some shit, I'll be like, damn, AJ, how you get that out of what I wrote? I wrote the shit.
No, man, but it's in there because I really think that everybody on that show yesterday, man, and a whole lot of people that weren't, I'm saying, have such powerful messages, and I think sometimes we only hear the sound and we don't see the images.
Yeah.
See, we're just so used to sound. I think rap taught us wrong. Rap taught us, okay, that beats fly. I like that hook. Poetry said, I ain't got no hook. I ain't got no beat. This whole thing is fly.
Yeah. Poetry said, I am the beat. I am the hook.
Right? For real. But we don't understand how what a lifeline is that poetry throws us every time we listen.
Bro, every time.
Because people say poetry saved my life. No, it saved my life every day.
Because what is poetry? When I made my cup of coffee, that was poetry for me this morning.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I tell everybody, dance. I say poetry is in the way you tiptoe out the room when your girl is asleep in the morning.
Yeah, that part. Come on, AJ.
Yeah. Your poetry is how you don't pull the door closed, you turn the handle first and you pull it so the latches already open and you just let it. I'm saying that's some poetry in your day. You just ain't noticing.
You just ain't noticing. Yeah. Jeez, almighty. Damn, AJ, we only got a minute left. Listen, y'all better be here tonight because we just showing you what's getting ready to go down. And I'm hoping that my guests will be able to show up tonight. I'll find out for sure in a few. And we only got a minute left. So, man, thank y'all for
I'm trying to hit up Queen Sheba. I'm trying to see if I can't get Queen Sheba to join us out of Atlanta. So
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll put it together. All right. I'm gonna end this over here on the stream, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I say, I challenge you today to be better than you was yesterday. You have everything you need to be great, super fantastic, and most importantly, love. So learn how to love yourself and teach this world how to love you. I will see y'all tonight at 7 p.m. We'll catch y'all then. And if not, we'll catch y'all tomorrow morning. Same time, same channel. Peace and love.